when his fever is subsided, he is liberated. He is called liberated from the fever. Similarly, when we have perfect knowledge, what is that perfect knowledge? The perfect knowledge to understand that I am eternal servant of Krishna. This is perfect. This is perfect knowledge. Jive Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. One has to understand this fact that I am not Krishna, I am not like Krishna, I am not equal to Krishna, I cannot become Krishna. I am Krishna's eternal servant. This is taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gopi Bhattu Padakamalayo Daso Dasanu Das. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I am not a Brahmin, I am not a Shudra, I am not a Brahmachari, I am not a Sannyasi. In this way, because we identify with the Varnashram Dharma. I am Brahmin, I am Sannyasi, I am Brahmachari, I am Grihastha, I am Kshatriya. These are our designations. But when we become designation free, then I am not Brahmin, I am not Brahmachari, I am not this, I am not that. I am simply pure servant of Krishna. This is knowledge. Or otherwise, anything we identify, that is ignorance. This is knowledge. So, and when we come to this knowledge, that I am eternal servant of Krishna, then I am liberated. Mukti hitya unnatha rupam sarupena avasthiti hitya unnatha rupam. I am accepting a different type of body and different type of position, and I am identifying myself with that particular position. That is my ignorance. Although I am acting just like a perfect Brahmana or perfect Kshatriya or perfect Vaishya, still I am imperfect, because my perfection is not to act as a Vaishya, Brahmana, Kshatriya, American, Indian, but to act as servant of Krishna. That is liberation. That is liberation. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam. Nirmalam means liberation. That nirmalam means sarvopadhi vinirmuktam. The Vaishnava process is to become nirmalam, tatparatena. A real pure Vaishnava simply identifies himself as a servant of Krishna. Therefore he is nirmalam. He is liberated. He does not identify himself as a Kshatriya, Brahman, American, Indian. No. That is not his position. But so long I stick to this designation, I am not nirmal. I am samar, with dirty things. So we have to be relieved from these dirty things and come to the original position of Krishna consciousness. Then our sinful activities and its reaction will be counteracted. Go on.
Forgetting the effects of past sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment, and we may be suffering in the future due to our present sinful activity. But all of these reactions to sinful deeds can immediately be stopped if we take to Krishna consciousness. As
Yes.
evidence for this,
Krishna consciousness, if we take to Krishna consciousness, automatically we become immune from sinful activities. The devotional service, the mind being engaged on the lotus feet of Krishna, as Ambarish Maharaj did, Savai Manak Krishna Padar Vindaya Vachangsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnan. Ambarish Maharaj was very responsible emperor of the world, but he fixed up his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. and he engaged his words simply Vaikuntha Gunanuban, simply describing the qualities, the transcendental qualities of Krishna. He used his eyes to see the deity. He used his legs to go to the temple. He used his hands for cleansing the temple. He used his nose for smelling the flower and tulsi offered to Krishna. He used his tongue for tasting Krishna Prasada. In this way, he engaged all his senses in the service of the Lord. So there was no chance of committing sinful activities by his body. It can be done by everyone. Everyone can install deity at his home and regularly worship the deity according to the injunction of the Shastras and spiritual master, and eat prasadam and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, chant and speak Hare Krishna. This is simple life, and one can become immune from all sinful reactions. The simple thing.
As evidence for this, Rupa Goswami quotes from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 18th verse. This verse is in connection with Lord Krishna's instruction to Uddhava, where he says, "My dear Uddhava, devotional service unto me is just like a blazing fire, which can burn into ashes unlimited fuel supplied to it." Unquote. The purport is that as the blazing fire can burn any amount of fuel to ashes, so devotional service to the Lord in Krishna consciousness can burn up all the fuel of sinful activity. For example, in the Gita, Arjuna thought that fighting was a sinful activity, but Krishna engaged him on the battlefield under his order, and so the fighting became devotional service. Therefore, Arjuna was not subjected to any sinful reaction.
So, the example is that in the fire you go on giving fuel perpetually. It will burn into ashes. Similarly, it doesn't matter to become sinful without Krishna consciousness. Everyone is sinful. So, to become sinful is not disqualification, because everyone is sinful. But if one takes to Krishna consciousness is just like the fire, and the sinful activities are just like wood. But when the wood is in touch with the fire, so the fire would burn all the woods pure into ashes. But we should not, once we take to Krishna consciousness, we should stop the pillars of sinful activities. Whatever we did in our past life, that is excuse. But if we take to Krishna consciousness and if we go on with our sinful activities, that will not help us. Just like the same fire, you take the fuel and add to the fire, it will burn into ashes. But at the same time, if you pour some water also, then it will be useless. Similarly, our past sinful activities, that can be burnt into ashes, provided we don't add any more. Don't take it, now it will burn into ashes, so go on this business and that business. No, that business means pouring water into the fire. It will not burn. Go on.
Srila Rupa Goswami quotes another verse from the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 33rd chapter, 6th verse, in which Devahuti addresses her son, Kapila Deva, and says, quote, "My dear Lord, there are 9 different kinds of devotional service, beginning from hearing and chanting. Anyone who hears about your pastimes, who chants about your glories, who offers you obeisances, who thinks of you, and in this way executes any of the 9 kinds of devotional service, even if he is born in a family of dog-eaters, the lowest grade of mankind, becomes immediately qualified to perform sacrifices."